All right, welcome. Today we're going to be looking at Python imports, right? So if I do an ls-tech-la, which I shouldn't be able to do that because as you can see my username here, I think it's a little big for you all, is death. But if I do an ls-tech-la on home Morpheus, we see we have this restore.py that I can read. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a cat on that restore.py. And we notice that there is something called from shut util, right? Import copy 2. All right, let's go ahead and cat scripts um, find user text.text, sure, why not? Whatever. Okay, now big deal. We're just going to change this to what I want to be, right? Which is going to be SHUTIL. We'll go ahead and we'll grab this. And we'll go ahead and throw that up here. And we can see that it comes up in a few different spots, right? So let's go ahead and let's look at the place that most likely is pulling from. And let's do an ls-tech-la on there. On that user lib python 3.8 shut util. And we see that we can read and we are a member of the group for the group, so we can also write to it now too, right? So let's go ahead and write to this. So if we do a nano on that, or vim, whatever one you want to use, all right, we can see that it is calling for OS, import OS. Even if it wasn't, we can always type in import OS into here. And what we could do here is we could just do a quick os.system, and we could make a reverse shell or whatever else. For this, we're just going to show who am I. And whenever I get this back, whenever I run that restore.py, I should see death, because that's who I am, right? If I do a who am I, I'm death-like right now. So if I do a Python 3 on that restore.py, I should see death. So we know what that is running, correct? Now, if this is running on a cron job, which it is, right? Or if I could run it with sudo or anything like that, right? Super user do, whatever else, then we could just run it. But if it's running on cron job, we can also just wait, right? So let's go ahead and do a quick cat scripts bash reverse shell. All right, we're just going to do a quick bash tag C, and then we'll go ahead and we'll throw this bash reverse shell over here. Let me grab my IP address. We'll throw this up here. Whoops. There we go. We'll listen out port 9999, it's whatever. And we'll go ahead and we'll throw my IP address into here. Before we actually say that, let's go ahead and start up a Python listener. We'll save that, Control X, yes, enter. And then we can just wait for a reverse shell. We can also cd an temp, right, and see if it's actually running or not with PSPY64. So we could always start up a Python server over here, do a quick wget http /PSPY64. Grab that file like right there. We could also see when it runs, and just to make sure that our thing is actually running. We could also try to run it. So we could always do a Python 3, and it did run. But if we want to see if we could just run it, we could also do something like this too. Let's list it out port 999 again, just to make sure that we did the right thing, which obviously we did. But just in case you want to test it, you always try something like that. We should get a reverse shell as death, right? Because that's who we ran as. But this one ran as Morpheus, so now if I do a who am I, I'm now Morpheus, ID, sudo tacl, I can run everything, sudo su, and that is it. So there's one way that messing with an import from a Python file, where you can actually mess with that file because you're part of the group or the ownership or whatever else, or maybe chmod is too many permissions. What you can actually do with that with utilizing OS system and then calling for a reverse shell from there very easily. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you all later.